Welcome you all, my dear friends. So here, today we are going to discussing valve timing diagram. First, my video, lab video lecture. So in this, we are having single cylinder, 4-stroke, water-cooled diesel engine. We have. So you please see that one. After that, I will explain for this thing. This is that, see properly, single cylinder, 4-stroke, water cooled diesel engine. So in this single cylinder, water cooled 4-stroke diesel engine, so here air cooled engines also will be there. So we are going to supplying that water. That's why we are going to telling about this is water cooled engine. Air is, so if the air cooled engines means there will be a fins will be there. The surrounding of the air will be traveled, means it is occupied. So it is going to giving for air cool. So here we can see that, see some of the, I can say that engine parts we can discuss. So after that we'll come into that main picture of that valve timing diagram. So generally the engine will have cylinder head, okay, cylinder head, piston rings, connecting rod, crankshaft, crankcase, flywheel, all these things. So this is the crankshaft, this is the connecting rod, this is the piston rings. In this piston rings, oil rings will be there, pressure rings will be there. So this will be there. This is that inside of the engine cylinder. So this is that cut section model. In this cut section model, only we are going to observe the parts. So this is the injector, this is that fuel tank, this is that flywheel. So different materials we are going to manufacturing with different parts. So that is a brief introduction of the engine. So before going off the these engines, we can classify that engines. What is that classification of IC engines? According to the fuel supply. Means, so whether it is petrol engine, diesel engine or gasoline engine. So another thing is that according to the method of ignition, whether it is CI engine, whether it is SI engine, all these things we are going to, means SI means spark ignition engines, another one is that compression ignition engines. So that is that two variety of we are having. Another one more type of engines, but it is not familiar, hot spot engines. So that is it. Another third method means classification is according to the number of strokes, 2-stroke engine or 4-stroke engines. So another one is that according to the cycle of operation, Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual combustion cycle, or we can say that pressure cycle or Wankel. So there are different types of cycles will be there. And another one is that speed of the engine, slow speed engines, medium speed engines, high speed engines. So another thing is that according to that cooling system, air cooled system, water cooling system, and pressure means oil pressure cooling systems. There will be different types will be there. So these are the three types we are going to using. And evaporative cooling system, new one is the one new method is evaporative cooling system. Another method of fuel ignition systems. So carburetor we are going to using, that is that one system is there, and fuel injectors will be there, and air injections will be there, air or solid injections will be there. Now all are changed, new different types of injection systems are coming. So according to the number of cylinders, single cylinders, 2 cylinders, 4 cylinders, 6 cylinders. Here in this we are going to getting that two things will be there. One is that compression ratio will come into the picture. Another one is that firing order. So these two things will going to taking care of that one. according to the arrangement of cylinders. Vertical cylinders, horizontal arrangement of cylinders, radial engines, inline engines, V-type engines, opposite cylinder engines, opposite side piston engines. So another one is that 10th one classification according to the valve mechanism. Overhead engines, side head engines. Overhead engines, side head engines. Another last one is according to the method of governing. So this method of governing is that very most important one. One is that hit and miss governed engines, quantitatively governed engines, okay, qualitative governing engines. All these things will be there. So this is that a brief explanation before going into that valve timing. Why we are going for valve timing diagram, that I can discuss, and then we can go into that procedure for valve timing diagram. So here we are having one thing in that valve timing diagram. In that valve timing diagram, why we are going for valve timing diagram? So what is the need of it? Okay. So what is that need of that one? So in this valve timing diagram, so when before that I will explain what is the engine. Before that we have to enter into that. What is engine? Engine is nothing but to produce energy, first thing. So what is that engine definition? The engine definition is the chemical energy is going to be converted into that heat energy, and after that it is going to be converted into that mechanical energy. That's very most important. What is that function of the engine? Function of the engine is that, so first of all, the chemical energy is going to be converted into that heat energy. That heat energy is going to be converted into that mechanical energy. So that is the thing will be there. So here we are why we are going for to go for valve timing and port timing. So there is a difference is there in valve timing and valve timing diagram. So you go for roadside mechanics will be there. So what they are going to doing is that they cannot draw all the things. Means one engineer can know that what is that. If that inlet valve at what degrees the inlet valve to be open. At what time the inlet valve to be closed. At what time the exhaust valve has to be opened. At what time the exhaust valve is going to be closed. When that the fuel is going to be sprayed or injected inside of the engine cylinder. So all these things will come into that to draw for valve timing diagram. Now we will see that first experiment. This is that valve timing diagram. So what is the aim of this experiment is to determine that actual valve timing diagram for 4-stroke diesel engine. Okay, and hence we are going to drawing for valve timing diagram. So what is that procedure for that one? So now we will see that some of the little bit uh, valve timing diagram. So generally we are going to representing by graphical. So exact movements. What is that movement of that? We are going to turning about. You see that turning about this flywheel. In this flywheel, we are having one mentioned over here degrees, 360 degrees. So that whenever it is we are going to rotating that flywheel, then we are going to reading of that time. Means when that inlet valve to be open. Okay, so that one we will see that. So here we are in that valve timing diagram, we are having one inlet valve, another one is exhaust valve. So here at open and close as well as the firing order of the fuel. I discussed in classification. Firing order is very most important. If that firing order is not there, the fuel will not be burned. The fuel will not be ignited. Okay. So generally we are going to expressing in the terms of angular positions of the crankshaft. So crankshaft is going to be rotated. So if the crankshaft is going to be rotated, means the crankshaft is going to be connected to that flywheel. So whenever the crankshaft is going to be rotated, the inlet and exhaust valve is going to be opening and closing. Okay, so that is the thing. So here we can shall discuss theoretical valve timing diagrams, and 4-stroke and 2-stroke will be there. So generally we will take first of all what I told, 4-stroke single cylinder water cooled diesel engine, 4-stroke engines. So generally what is that theory will be there. We can having top dead center and bottom dead center. So suction will start from TDC to BDC. So that degrees will come, half circle. After that, BDC to again TDC it will go. That it is called as compression. So that from compression, after completion of the compression, it will expand that expansion stroke. After that expansion stroke, it will go for exhaust. Whatever fuel is going to be, it will go for exhaust. Okay, that is the thing. So this is that we can say that theoretical, we can say that, as well as we can say that practical means original one. So we can there will be terminology will be there. TDC means top dead center, BDC means bottom dead center, IVO means inlet valve opens at what degrees, 10 degrees it will open, 10 to 20 degrees it will open. That is before TDC, before top dead center position. IVC inlet valve position, it is going to be opened by 40 degrees, 30 to 40 degrees before BDC, bottom dead center. And then we can say as ignition. So that is ignition we can denote it by IGN capitals. Ignition 20 degrees to 30 degrees before that one. TDC, EVO will be there. Exit valve opens 30 degrees and 50 degrees before bottom dead center. So EVC will be there. Exit valve closes 10 degrees to 15 degrees after top dead center. So this is that practical of this valve timing diagram. So now we will go for procedure in that theoretically. So first one is that procedure. Keep that decompression lever. So there will be a, this is called as decompression lever. So this is we can operate it and we can close it and we can operate it. Okay, that is that decompression lever. We can put it in a vertical position. Second step is bring that TDC mark into that pointer level and rotate that flywheel till that inlet valve moves down, that is opened completely. That inlet valve has to be open. Okay, another one is that draw a line on the flywheel in front of the pointer. Okay, so I'm at the same time I'm explaining that how to draw that valve timing diagram. So front pointer and take that reading. There, what I told before TDC, after TDC, what I told earlier, that 10 to 40 degrees, that thing. So these are all whatever I am going to telling, all is available in your manual. I already given to you for manuals. All manuals I given. So next, continue to rotate that flywheel till inlet valve goes down and comes horizontal position and take that reading. Okay, and next one is that continue that to rotate that flywheel till outlet valve opens. So once compression and ignition of the fuel will go, automatically that fuel has to go outside. Take that reading. Continue to rotate that flywheel till exhaust valve gets closed. So once the burnt gases is going out, so that exhaust valve has to be closed. Take that. Means observations will be there. So you please, when I'm explaining that, please take my manual in front of you. Then it can be very easily to understand. So you see that what I given that one. Valve position, serial number 1, 2, 3, 4. Valve position I given. Arc length I given. Centimeters you can take meters, you can take millimeters. And angle, how much angle we are going to turning that flywheel. So TDC inlet valve, okay, BDC inlet valve, TDC exhaust valve position, BDC exhaust valve close. These four readings we have to take it, and then we can conclude that experiment. So what is that calculations? How to we can find out? We can know that diameter of the flywheel. That is we are going to denote it by D. Okay, and then D is equal to circumference of the flywheel divided by pi, and the angle, how we are going to finding out that angle in degrees. So we know that arc length we can take, or we are going to directly we are reading that the angle theta degrees directly we are going to reading. Now another models we are going to getting directly all these values will come into that computer side. So that much of technology we developed. So where is S is that arc length. So now according to that we have to draw it. So I told how much degrees it has to be open and how much degrees we have to that inlet valve and exhaust valve to be closed. Okay. So this is that experiment for valve timing diagram. Okay. Thank you for Thank you, my dear young friends. Next video will take